Since our graduate admission school is not centralized, each of the university schools and colleges admits students to its own programs. For information about specific program degrees, graduate applications, admission requirements and procedures, scholarships, and the status of your application, visit the individual school websites. We've spent a lot of money over the last 70 years on flood control, and it's protected millions of people and saved us billions of dollars. We've built dams to hold back the waters, built levees to keep the water off the people, and raised the ones that were originally started in 1718. Scholars build their own personal libraries to support not only particular projects but also general reading in their field. They buy or make photocopies of materials when possible so they can consult them frequently, mark passages, and write annotations on them. When moving into a new field, they add to their collections, usually concentrating on primary texts. The wonderful framework of mature trees creates a secluded, enclosed atmosphere that unites a great variety of plantings to inspire visitors in all seasons. Spring in the garden is marked by the leafing up and flowering of trees and the eruption of flowers in the bulb meadows and woodland understory. Don't miss the very beginning of a lecture, as that is often the most valuable part. It reviews previous lectures or outlines objectives and lecture structure. If you easily get distracted by other students, sit near the front. In the late 16th and 17th centuries, many English, French, and Dutch emigrants went to North America in search of gold and silver. But they did not find it. Instead, settlers were forced to support themselves by cultivating crops like tobacco, indigo, and rice that they could sell in Europe. How do we imagine the unimaginable? If we were asked to think of an object, say, a yellow tulip, a picture immediately forms in our mind's eye. But what if we try to imagine a concept such as the square root of a negative number? The natural environment can be hazardous, and with increased travel and leisure, people today are more likely than ever to be exposed to potentially life-threatening conditions. Although the human body can adjust to some extent, it cannot cope with poisons or prolonged exposure to extremes of the environment. Another administration option is to bake marijuana at a relatively low temperature to kill any dangerous microorganisms and then allow the patient to eat or drink it. Both of these methods make smoking the drug unnecessary. However, criticism of medical marijuana has been raised because, as a natural plant, it cannot be patented and marketed by pharmaceutical companies and is unlikely to win widespread medical acceptance. Another factor in farmers' decisions is the overall availability of water. Is there enough for them to carry out the planned water-intensive activities? They have to take into account the loss of water through seepage, evaporation, and inefficiencies in the water distribution system. The weather forecasts should also be carefully considered before deciding when and what to plant. In this course, we will explore how department stores, nationally advertised brand name goods, mass-produced cars, and suburbs transformed the American economy, society, and politics. The course is organized both thematically and chronologically, with each period dealing with new developments in the history of consumer culture. We can see from the X-rays that at an early stage of painting, a window was painted in on the left side of the portrait. It seems there may have been 2 windows in the initial design, or the window was moved at an early stage. I've always tried to do my best, and I know the community appreciates that. Although I must admit that occasionally we need a policeman who understands how to take care of people who take advantage of the rules. Climate change has caused the Earth's temperature to rise, which has led to the glaciers melting. The melting glaciers are a problem because they are causing sea levels to rise. Sea levels rise for 2 reasons: water from the melting glaciers flows into the ocean, and warm water expands and takes up more space than cold water. The development of a true sense of perspective and proportion in visual representation was the central achievement of the Renaissance, and the most important influence of Italian art on the other countries of Europe. In late 2008, Germany's unemployment rate had fallen to a level not seen since shortly after reunification. The question is how much longer the German job market can remain so buoyant. Germany has the largest and most successful economy in Europe, with a population of about 82 million. It is known for its high level of skilled labor and robust export industry.